Hey guys, my name is Nicole and welcome to Nicole's Topics, and today's topic is high school. If you are the class of 2023 watching this, then please stay and watch this whole video because this video is specifically for you. And if this video is still relevant 1 year later than class of 2024, stay here too. But yeah, I'm gonna share you guys 12 tips on how to survive your freshman year. Now before I start, I just want to give you guys a little bit of details first before we start. I just finished freshman year not so long ago. I'm an upcoming sophomore, and most of these tips are basically could be mistakes I did, and I'm basically teaching you guys what I learned from it and what you guys shouldn't do. Also, another thing is this isn't a how to survive high school video. Like a freshman advice video and a high school video to me are gonna be two different things in this channel. Do I plan to make a how to survive high school video? Of course, but that probably won't happen until 3 years when I finish high school and I'm gonna be a freshman in college. Also, if I didn't share anything in this video and you guys have some insight, then comment that down below. I'm sure you're gonna be helping these upcoming freshmen as well. But yeah, other than that, let's get started this video. Tip number 1 is to speak up. High school to me, is like college, but there's no adults in it as students. It's all minors basically. And since you're in high school, you're going to need to start becoming more responsible. Let's face it, you're not in middle school anymore. The teachers are not going to be behind your shoulder all the time, especially since high schools typically have way more students than middle school. So it's going to be harder for teachers to keep up with each student one by one. Your parents, don't get me wrong, they're still going to be here for you. They're still going to provide for you. But they're going to start not speaking up much for you anymore. And what I mean by that is they're not going to be doing what they did to you for you in the 4th grade, of where if you're concerned about your grade and you need extra credit or something, your parents are not going to email your teacher. You're going to be emailing your teacher. And yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're getting peer pressured on something or you're in a situation where you're uncomfortable in it, don't hold back and just say, no, stop it, I'm uncomfortable. I feel like this is the biggest mistake I did during my freshman year, because for a while during freshman, I let someone take advantage of me, and it was not good. And if I gotta be honest, if I just opened my mouth earlier and said, no, stop, this whole problem that I was in would have ended so much less chaotic than it did. And I know speaking up may be hard for some people. Trust me, I know. I am not an extrovert and I may not show it in camera, but I'm pretty shy when it comes to meeting strangers. Freshman year is the year where you want to start learning how to speak up for yourself, because honestly, the speaking up concept is going to be harder to brush it under the rug. And if you keep brushing it under the rug, the bump is only going to keep getting bigger and bigger as time passes on. So yeah, if you are concerned with your grade and you want to ask your teacher for extra credit or whatever, don't be afraid to email your teacher or talk to them after class. If you're getting peer pressure into something and you're not comfortable in the situation, then don't be afraid to say, no, I don't feel comfortable doing this. If you have questions, ask them. Freshman year is a great year to basically start becoming more responsible for yourself. Tip number 2 is going to be about dating. Now, I'm not going to spend so much time on this topic because honestly, I'm pretty biased on my opinion on this of high school dating, and I also know that this topic is pretty controversial, so I'm just gonna keep it short. But if you were to just ask me about high school dating, then I would recommend that you do not do it. And the only reasons I'm saying no to this is because just based on what I've witnessed, they cause unneeded drama, they cause unneeded awkwardness around another person, it distracts you from your academic. And as I said for my middle school video, some boys, not all boys, because there's always outliers out there, some boys may only agree to date you or want to date you is because of the wrong reasons. But then again, this is just my opinion. If you want to date, then who am I to stop you, you know? If you want to date, go for it. This is just my opinion, and I know some of you guys might have a different opinion on high school dating, which is fine by me. So like, if you want to date, go for it. If you're someone who has the same opinion of me somehow and know someone who is going to date, don't give them backlash for it. Just because you disagree with your friend's decision or your classmate's decision doesn't mean give them backlash or be rude to them about it. Just support them. And if you're not interested in dating, this is gonna tag along with tip number 1. But if you're not interested, please make it clear that you're not interested. That's a mistake I did in my freshman year. I didn't want to date, but someone wanted to date me. And this whole little situation that lasted for months I was in could have ended sooner if I just opened my mouth and said, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested, but we can be friends though. As I said, high school is not middle school. People who are in love, not everyone, but some people, they're gonna be more determined, they're gonna be more persistent. If you give them a clear, straightforward answer at the beginning, then no one's time will be wasted. They won't be wasting their time trying to impress you all because last time you were like, I don't know. May feel awkward, but if that's how you feel about the other person, that's how you feel. But just because I'm not in it with this whole topic doesn't mean that you have to agree with me. As I said, if you want to date, then go ahead, don't let me stop. Tip number 3 is about upperclassmen. In my honest opinion, the impression I got before I went to freshman year is that upperclassmen don't like freshmen, don't become friends with them because it'll be impossible. But in my honest opinion, I think it is possible to become friends with an upperclassman. As long as you know what their intentions are, I think you can be good. Not all upperclassmen are mean to freshmen, but as I said before, just know what their intentions are, especially if they approach you first. You gotta ask yourself, do they really want to be your friends? Or are they just hanging out with you because they want to take advantage of you? Tip number 4 is attend orientation day if your school has one. I know orientation day might sound uninteresting because you have to wake up early for it and you have to go to school, but it really is helpful, especially to me because my high school is super big. There's literally 4 floors. Not to mention, if you go to orientation day, you'll get a better idea of where your classes are, you get to meet your teachers, you get to see some of your classmates, and you'll get an idea of how things work in the school you're going to. And like, what's wrong with being prepared? If anything, being prepared, especially if you're going to be new to high school, being prepared is going to be very great for you. Tip number 5 is don't overbuy supplies. This is a mistake I made, honestly. Most high schools do not give out a supply list. Your supply list will basically be given to you when school starts and when you visit your classes and the teachers tell you what supplies you'll need for that class. If anything, just buy the basic supplies before the school year starts, like a backpack, a notebook, paper, and a pencil. But everything else, hold off until your teacher says so, because if you buy like 5 notebooks, for example, before your school year starts because you think you'll need it for like all your classes, when in reality you only use 1 out of 5. Like, just don't overbuy school supplies. It'll save money and it'll keep your backpack lighter. Speaking of backpacks, just a quick footnote. Buy a backpack that has a lot of pockets. For me, my backpack is basically my lock. Number 6 is time management. As I said, you're becoming older, so that means you need to become more responsible, especially if you're like me who does extracurriculars on the side after school. Make sure you have like a planner so that way it's easier for you to keep track of what you need to do in that day. Like, study before you go to this event, or simple stuff like that, really. You're now starting to become in this age where your parents can't really take the blame for you anymore if you like screw up or forgot something. All happening due to poor time management and organization. Now, don't get me wrong, we all make mistakes once in a while. Time management is all about starting to become more responsible for yourself, because it starts to make you start looking at things realistically for your life. I'll give a quick example, but this upcoming fall year, or basically academic year, I'm gonna do dance after school. I'm gonna go to an actual dance studio to take ballet classes because I want to take ballet. But before I even decided to like start the registration process, I had to like look at my schedule. Will this conflict with my violin lessons? Will this conflict with my skating time? And most importantly, will I still be able to do well in school and study? Will I have time to accurately balance those things? That's that. Number 7 is gonna be about drama. This is my honest opinion, but drama in high school is actually not that bad compared to middle school. And if anything, it's more calmed down in high school, and I assume that's because all the hormones and everything puberty-wise is not as new anymore. We're all starting to get used to it. But there's still drama happening, so try your best to not get involved in it. And if your friends or classmates or whatever, or someone you care about is going through drama, don't get involved in it, just support them. Unless the situation is like super bad that you need to call the police or something, but that doesn't really happen, so basically the same as what I shared in that middle school video about drama. Number 8 is a sleeping schedule. High school can be so draining, especially since most of the time it starts earlier than middle school. And I know it's easier said than done, but please try to form a sleeping schedule. Your body is going to heavily appreciate it. And if that's like too hard or can't really happen, then try to take naps. Number 9 is something, it's more like a school supply you should have in like your freshman year, or maybe high school in general, but that is have a planner. If you have a planner or a calendar or whatever, it'll be easier for you to keep track of when you have a test, quiz, or like when the project's due or what homework you need to do tonight. It'll also help you with time management. Number 10 is be yourself. And I know this might sound really cheesy because you know, like everyone's always like be yourself, but really be yourself. If you want to make some genuine friends, then be yourself, because then your friends will like you for you, not for this fake you created, you know? So you do not want to be known as the fake kid in high school. Like, don't be known as a faker, be known as a realer. Tip number 11 is really important. And if you haven't already, create note-taking and study habits. In high school, teachers are going to expect you to do the work, and there's going to be less spoon-feeding going on. Also, learning how to take notes and how to study is not going to only help you in freshman year, it's also going to help you with the rest of high school and even college. Especially since your grades in high school do matter, because it will apply to your GPA and colleges look at that. You wouldn't believe the amount of stories that teachers have told my class about these stories of how this senior or that senior wasn't able to go to this college or get a scholarship or get this opportunity because they slacked off freshman year, and therefore their GPA is not in the standards as it could be since they now like work. For some reason, I feel like a lot of people have the impression that your grades don't matter in freshman year. I mean, they're not major, but they're still important. So still attempt to try in class and get good grades. My very last tip, which is tip number 12, and that is do not procrastinate. Sure, doing homework and doing projects can be annoying, but the sooner you get it done, the more free time you're gonna have. So yeah, that's all my freshman year tips. I hope this helps. I hope you guys like this video. And yeah, this is basically gonna be my last advice video for this upcoming school year. Do I plan on making more back to school advice videos? Definitely. Although next year I plan not to make as much, because how much advice and grades can I actually cover? Because I feel like I covered a lot of them this year. Okay, if I had to be real for a second, next year I'll probably post like one back to school video on like each week, and the other video will be like non-school related, because I don't think I'll have like a full month's worth of school topics for next year. But you know, that's not gonna happen until like a long time. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Cheerio.